just some amateur was out by Area 51 hiking, and he pointed his camera up, and he recorded a triangular craft. Now, it was not a B-2 bomber. It wasn't the Valkyrie. It was definitely a triangular shaped craft. And the question is, well, if that technology is real, and certainly there's a video of it, it doesn't look like it was faked. And he heard certain call signs being used, trying to, for operational security reasons, to try to obscure what was going on. The flight test. You would think that members of Congress have been briefed for the president. The reality is, I bet you if you go to any member of Congress right now and say, "Do you know what that is?" they're going to say no. And that is a problem. That is a problem because that means someone then in the government is making a unilateral decision to go around the normal channels of government. And that to me is very dangerous, especially in a democracy. My father was a participant in the Bay of Pigs invasion in Cuba. My family's Cuban. We are in exile from Cuba. We know what tyranny is about.
Yeah.
And my father told me a long time ago, actually, when I asked him right before he died, he passed away on Father's Day several years ago. We had a chance to
Sorry.
take a road trip together, and I asked my father, and I almost flippantly, I said, "Hey, Dad, what do you think is the greatest threat to humanity?" And I thought he was going to say maybe some sort of pandemic or terrorism and whatnot. He looked at me and he said, "Son, it's corruption." When I said corruption, like financial corruption, religious corruption, moral corruption, he said all of it. He said corruption is the act of giving away one of your values in exchange for something else, right? And once you do that, you start, especially in a government, you begin to erode and chip away at the very foundations of what freedom and democracy is. And at that point, it's a very slippery slope to total tyranny. And so this is why I am motivated to do what I do. I'm doing what I am doing because I actually love my government. I love my country. I am very, very patriotic. And I'm willing to give everything to do that. But I do not think it's right for somebody in the government to make decisions on behalf of the American people, on behalf of the president, on behalf of the oversight committees, and not be held accountable. That's not freedom. That's not democracy, right? That
Yeah.
that is something else, and that is something I've sworn from day one to defend against.